So, here we go. Another live stream. Come on, just wait for people to join. Hopefully, get this adjusted. There we have it. So, guys, for those who are here tonight, just let me know if you can hear me all okay. Let's do a mic check. Mm. How's it going, guys? All is good. Okay, awesome. So, here's another another quick live stream. Um, just wait for a few more. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Everyone's joining. Good afternoon, Rude Dog. Okay. So, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. I know it's been a little bit of a while since I've done a live stream or um, video as such. A couple of things have been happening my end, which I want to discuss with you guys and talk a bit more with you guys. So welcome everyone to the live stream. Thanks for joining in. We are going to do some questions and answers, and we're going to talk about a few topics. One of the topics we're going to talk about tonight is going to be the that's being talked about all over the world is the coronavirus and how does it affect us here in the UK and in Europe and potentially all over the world. So we're going to discuss a little bit about that. Um, Also, we're going to be discussing, like I said, what's happening my end, how I've been getting on with the ultrasound machine, and what data I've collected so far. Uh, and also, like I said, we'll go to questions and all that sort of fun stuff. So, first off, for those who didn't know, I guess everyone does know by now that the ham show in Germany has been cancelled. People are still frantically trying to figure out whether or not they can get animals collected from breeders in Europe or from the UK, etc., etc. All I can say is just watch the social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, for updates on whether the reptile couriers can actually make the pickup. Now, for those who are going to ham, still to make that pickup, I believe the pickup is going to happen, or pickups may happen at the CAF de la Sol, which is next door. However, guys, but please make sure you speak to your reptile couriers just to make sure that that is actually going to happen. So, a few people have been talking about still going, but meeting up at the CAF de la Sol, which is next door. So, that's that. So, obviously, that's the ham show has been cancelled due to the coronavirus, which I guess they're just playing it simple and or safe, let's say. Um, Houghton, that possibly could get cancelled. There's been nothing spoken about it yet. Possibly could get cancelled. Who knows? Um, the one thing I'm worried about is here in the UK, we've got our reptile show, the IHS at the Doncaster Racecourse. Fingers crossed that doesn't get cancelled. But I'll try and keep you guys updated. And, if I hear anything, obviously I'll post on my social media. So if you're not following me, get on, follow me on Instagram, and I will let you guys know if that's going to happen or not. So without further ado, what's been going on my end? So the videos may be a little bit slow coming out over the next sort of 2 to 3 weeks. I'm going to explain a few things. So I've been a little bit quiet on the social media side of things is because I've just moved house, which literally happened Friday just gone. Got the keys to the new house, the new HQ, and it's been all systems go. And not only did I get the keys to a new house the weekend, I also started a training course to change my job, going back into the motor trade, but doing a different type um, of uh, career, if you like, within the motor trade. So at the moment, everything is going 110 miles an hour. So I thank you guys for bearing with me and sort of, um, rolling with me on that. So I really do sort of thank and appreciate you guys just for sticking by and just understanding that at the moment there's a lot of things going on. I've moved house. I'm looking at changing my job, moving back into the motor trade, away from the enforcement industry, um, going more back into the motor trade. So for the past 2 days, I've been on a course doing that, which has been absolutely awesome. Um, so over the next sort of 3 weeks, things may be a little bit sketchy my end regarding social media, regarding Instagram, keeping you guys posted on YouTube, etc., etc. But I will do my best. Okay, I will do my best. So, um, with that in mind, so I'm going to have to move my animals again, which will be for the last time. Last time I moved my animals, I didn't have a real great season, which I don't believe that just contributed to it. I do believe there was more to it. But what I will do when I do move the animals is I will try and document it. And for those who I've had a few questions over the years about moving animals from house to house or from facility to facility, and it's not easy. And all you can do is prepare, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. So the long and short of it is, I will probably document me moving the animals. And if I do come across any issues, I will obviously let you guys know. But without that being said, it's all good. So, um, yeah, it's going to be a big move. So it's all good, but it's going in the right direction. So fingers crossed, we don't have any issues. There's plenty of females who are gravid, which will lead me into my ultrasound part of tonight's quick discussion. So the ultrasound side of things has been absolutely awesome because I've been able to collect some data, and because I've got the data in front of me, I've been able to see which females want feeding, which females don't want feeding, why they're not feeding, or whether they need a lock or whether they don't need a lock, because I've been able to get the follicle development or the follicle size. So the ultrasound has really helped me dial in my breeding process. As I said in the video that I released, if you didn't watch it, go back and watch it. There's a lot of great information on there. The ultrasound will not make you a breeder. It will help you fine tune your breeding recipe, but it will not make you a breeder. That's fact. There's still a lot of data. The reason why I use it is because I'm collecting the data to confirm or to help me fine tune what I've already got in place. So, that being said, you've got to get your breeding recipe, and don't think because we've all got there's people out there who have got ultrasounds that's the way forward. I don't want you guys to go start forking out big money and not being able to work with the ultrasound or know what you're doing. So the ultrasound, and I will do another follow-up video on the ultrasound regarding the data I've collected. Um, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't hit the notification bell, guys, or the subscribe button down below somewhere, just go and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because it will alert you, or it should alert you, when I go live. So I know a lot of people don't want to miss out the lives. So um, the ultrasound, fantastic, great detail regarding collecting data, so I'm able to fine tune my breeding recipe. So that's great. I've had some pleasant surprises and some not so pleasant surprises. In other words, there was females that I thought were further down the line that were acting a certain way that now I know actually aren't, and they need a bit more food. So regarding data, it's absolutely fantastic. So love it. So I want to give a quick shout out as well to a couple of people. And what I'm going to try and do on the live feed is try and just shout out a few people that I feel um, not necessarily. Uh, it's not because they're not well known. It's just I feel that they've done something very good in the community or for the community. Um, I'm not sure if you guys are following or subscribe to my guy MJ over at the Snake Trap. Get over and have a look at his YouTube channel. He did sorry, yeah, a trap session with JP, which is Jordan from over in Canada, and quite open on there. Uh, MJ admitted he didn't like JP in the beginning, or he had an issue with him, or he didn't quite understand where JP had come from. And I like that because MJ basically said to Jordan, yeah, I had an issue with you, and it's sort of he was man enough to sort of tell him to his face and say, I had an issue with you. And Jordan was man enough to accept that he had an issue and sort of bury the hatchet, let's say. Uh, and if you didn't watch it, or if you haven't watched that snake trap session, get and watch it. It's worth a watch. Just pure two great guys just talking it out. So get over there and just have a watch of that, because it was quite interesting. Because I also had a telephone conversation with a certain gentleman, great guy, and we get on, no issues whatsoever. But within that conversation, we had about an hour's worth of conversation on the phone. I actually said to him, I thought you had a problem with me, and he said, well, yeah, actually I did, because I came and talked to you at the shows all the time, and then the one day at the one show, you kind of not ignored me, but I didn't give him the amount of time that I would normally give him. And that was just simply because at the shows, as you can understand, there's a lot of people coming and going to the table, saying hello, wanting pictures, talking about snakes. I have to do my best to try and dedicate that time. And the next show after that, and I didn't realize I did that, and I obviously apologized to him when we was on the phone. When we the next show, I felt like he was blanking me. So on this telephone conversation, I said, look, I felt you were blanking me. And he said, yeah, I was. And what I respected about that was the guy, we got on. It was just that I just needed to clear the air and just ask that question. And he sort of admitted and went, yeah, I did have an issue. And that for me was great. We had a great conversation, and it was good. I felt like we took our friendship, if you like, to another level. And he's got my telephone number, I've got his, and certainly my phone's always, if ever he calls me and he needs anything, or if I can help him, and I'm pretty sure if I need any help from him, he will do the same, which he did offer to come and help me move, which was crazy because he's like a couple of hours away from me. But the one thing that my telephone conversation had, and when I saw MJ's trap session with Jordan, was that I'm seeing a lot of what's the word, like negativity, or being turned around and sort of made positive, and there's not so much bitchiness, if you like, or it seems to be that people are kind of finding the feet and sort of being able to discuss things on a one-to-one basis. Instead of having an issue, they're sort of talking things out. So that was really good to see. And it's good to see that more people are trying to get on within the industry and help each other, as opposed to sort of bring each other down. So I just wanted to get that out there. It's not very snake related. It's the community related, but I just wanted to get it out there and just say, if you didn't watch that trap session, get over there and watch that trap session with MJ and Jordan. It was really, really good. So um, I've been. You guys are absolutely just chatting away here in the chat room. So I'm going to jump on the chat. I'm going to speak to you guys. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comment box. I'll try and read through them. I'm going to try and scroll through and say hello to everyone, or majority of people that have jumped in. Obviously, let's get on there. So Caitlin Rose, genetic introduction, Chad BMG Exotics. Uh, who else we got? Petri Pythons, Dan, Rude Dog, uh, Souls Balls, Beard UK, Nancy Green, KJD Exotics. I always seem to struggle with that. I'm sorry, Kieran, but I struggle with that. But congratulations, mate. Um, so we got Stephen, we got KTH. Who else we got? Nancy, we said Nancy, Rachel, Petri, SPR, Pythons, Louise. Okay, so we've got loads of people in here. There's 49 people, which is awesome. Beach Bomb Exotics, Adam, what's happening, brother? You good? Long time no see or speak even. Um, Also, guys, Adam and Joel, State 48 Exotics and Beach Bomb Exotics do a type of podcast type thing as well. I believe it's Reptiles Unplugged. Again, get over there if you haven't seen anything. What them guys do, they interview a few guys. Uh, Again, it's an awesome bit of a podcast. If you want to download it and listen to it while you're cleaning snakes or driving, definitely do that as well. So, who else we got? Let's see. Craig, Malcolm. Um, Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all okay. Right, okay. We got Max Morphs in the house. Max Morphs in the house. Nice to see you, Mac. Good to see you. Um, we got Mutant Morphs. Okay, right. Let's have some questions. Give me some questions, guys. Um, let's see. Let's see. Bristol Balls. Okay. Right. Life's too short for negative. So, Dan, life's too short for negativity. I'm very new to the hobby and community. Come across anything? Okay. So, listen, it doesn't matter wherever you are in life, whatever you're doing, there will always be some sort of negativity. What I like to see is that negativity gets switched around, and actually, the two people that were falling out actually find out that they get on really, really well. So, sometimes as well, like I said, you can hear things, people say things, chat crap about you, all that sort of stuff. Um, but until you hear it from the person's mouth, then I just take it as hearsay. So life is too short. Just got to crack on, worry about what you're doing and not everyone else. So who else we got here? Uh, S- SGT Boy Bear. Hello, brother from Texas. Royal Blue. Royal just saying, please wait while your connection is unstable. Okay, so hopefully we're back on it. Michael Rock, good afternoon from Florida. Yes. Okay. Any news on the PVC racks you featured a while back, Malcolm? Yeah, I mean, so Herb Exotics are doing really, really well. The racks that they're building are real. Um, they're great, simple, plain and simple. They are fantastic. Depends on what you're looking for. There's that many rack manufacturers out there that there's something to suit everyone, but definitely give those guys a look. Great product, especially if you're here in the UK. It's a UK based rack system. I really rate it. I like it. It's sort of the right money, and it certainly does help if you need a racking system but haven't got a lot of money. You know, Herb Exotics can actually help you out with that. So definitely check them out. Okay, so we've got DK Royal Pythons in the house. Who else we got? Okay, so yeah, it's good to see Max Morphs back on the old YouTube. Um, okay, right. Let's have some questions. Let's go evening. How's the Gene X project? So, Black Pine has asked, how's the Gene X project going? What direction can you ID effectively? Yes, I can ID the single gene because I have single genes. of the Gene X. I can also ID them in combos. Me and Justin spoke about this, and um, the direction that I'm going is different to a lot of other people. I'm trying to make the Gene X combos without the recessive. So it may be a Gene X combo, which is Het Pied or Het Clown, but I'm trying to make the combos without the recessive attached. So instead of it being Gene X, Yellow Belly, Orange Dream, NG Pied, or pastel as well in the mix. I'm trying to do the combination. So I hatched last year a Gene X Yellow Belly pastel het pied, and it looked phenomenal. I also hatched a Yellow Belly Gene X, which also looked phenomenal. So I'm trying to make those single gene combos, if that makes sense, or the codoms or the dominant uh, combos. So that we can see what Gene X does on its own without it being a recessive type combo. So that's coming on really, really well. Okay, let's have a quick look. Who else? What else have we got? Um, who do you? So Mutamorphs has asked me who I'll get my rats from. He's just had delivery from Blood. I believe he means Blood Ball Reptiles, and I must say I'm well impressed with them and defo use again. So yeah, their quality is pretty good. I don't get them. My Maltese, I kind of breed a little bit of my own, and I currently get the rest from a special gentleman. He knows who he is. I'm not going to disclose him because he may not want me to tell everyone where I get them from, because that may mean more work for him, which means he's got to produce more of them. So let's not talk about that. Anyone excited about the Bongo Clown? Yes, Bongo Clown. I have seen one. I saw one last year at Tinley. Looks a great base, let's say. With the bongo, I believe Orange Dream will work fantastic with it. Ozzy has done some Orange Dream bongo combos, but the Orange Dream and bongo in a clown, I think that's going to be the way forward, definitely. So bongo, Orange Dream, clown, say no more. Okay. Uh, I'm going to work with a bamboo soon. What do you think of the bamboo? So, the bearded snake guy is asked about the bamboo. So, I do have bamboo in my collection. I love it. I was on the fence with the gene when I first saw it, but since seen some combos, it's really drawn me to it. So I've been working, I produced some awesome bamboo combos last year and the year before, and I think the year before that as well. This will probably be my fourth or fifth year working with the bamboo, and I love it. Really do enjoy making combos with it. So the bamboo is awesome. Just be careful that you don't gain any blue-eyed leucistics unless you purposely want to, because it's obviously part of the bell complex. So just be mindful about that. So what else have we got? Uh, where's the desert ghost at? Okay, right. I'm looking forward to getting into the albino clone. Yeah, albino clone looks awesome. I don't work with albino anymore, but a good friend of mine, Alan, over at No Limit Morphs. If you follow him on Instagram and Facebook, he's got some interesting stuff going on with albino. So if you guys in the UK are looking for any albino stuff, check out Alan at No Limit Morphs. He'll definitely hook you up with some awesome albino combos this season. So certainly check him out. Right, let's have a look. So Malcolm has asked, "What's my opinion on small genes like pastel SNG? There's still a market for single genes, snakes." Yes, there is. Um, like everything else, there's a foundation, and the foundation that we work with has been built up from stuff like albino, hypo, or orange ghost, clown, pied, pastel, spider, cinnamon, black pastel, lesser platinum. Uh, there's definitely a market for them still, especially with the single gene stuff. So, like, take for example, the puzzle. The puzzle gene is a recessive and it's absolutely awesome. Desert Ghost is a recessive and it's awesome, great, fantastic. But the one gene that works very well with those two recessives is pastel. And those who are in the puzzle project and in the Desert Ghost project will pretty much agree that pastel in those recessives are almost like a base ingredient. Aussie's made some awesome Desert Ghost stuff, as well as other people over the world. Justin has, um, that include pastel. I believe Justin's just hatched something like a pastel, spot nose, fire. There was like four codoms. It was a hypo desert ghost, and it looks phenomenal. Um, Ozzy's done some pastel orange dream puzzle stuff. So the if you're going to work with the base, which the base morphs are, for me, they they're the foundation of our projects. You know, breed the best, work with the best line of pastel or lesser, or that sort of thing, and then build your projects up from there. But definitely still a market for them. I have no issues selling pastels, lessers, and all that sort of great stuff. Single gene stuff, no problems whatsoever. Right. Let's have some more, Chris. What do you think of the hurricane? Will it last a while? No, hurricane's going to crash. It's absolutely awesome. I'm only joking. It is absolutely awesome. Hurricane is amazing. I like the Hayabusa. I only said it was rubbish, and it was only going to fail because Kevin's got one of those, and a few other people. And I just like to take the mick. But yeah, Hurricane's awesome. It's going to do some brilliant stuff. There's a super version which is the Hayabusa. Great, fantastic. Loads of things to do with it. Yeah, I like it. I'm currently not working with it, but yeah, it's absolutely it is awesome. Adam from Beach Bomb Exotics, 1,000% agrees with me that pastel plus puzzle or desert ghost is great. Yeah. So what else have we got? Any simple codoms you think are untapped in the UK? So Black Pine has asked, any simple codoms you think are untapped in the UK? There are loads, absolutely loads. Simple things like um, vanilla and fire, which you're going to make your vanilla creams, are underrated. The vanilla cream combos are underrated. Simple genes you put together and they have an explosive reaction. They look awesome. Um, Yellow belly and fire combos, again, very underrated, but look absolutely wicked. So yeah, loads of simple codom stuff that you can work with and play with, and to make whichever combos you want to go. But loads of potential in that sort of thing. So let's have a quick look. What else have we got? Is there a big market for snakes in the UK? Yes, there is. Yeah, very big. And we're not talking money, we're talking about an interest or a hobby. And, it's not about, I presume you're asking, is there a market regarding the value? The value is different, and it's the UK market is different from the US or Canada. Um, Europe and the UK are very similar regarding prices, but the markets are completely different, but it's still strong here in Europe and the UK. Yeah, just different things. So, what are the best genes to enhance reds? Red Exantic, red gene, fire. Believe it or not, something. I mean, we've seen red stripe. Obviously, Justin's done red stripe absolutely crazy justice. Red stripe and yellow belly work really well. So two simple genes, they will make some red flamage coming up the side. So who else we got? Yeah, KJD Exotic says the special is underrated. Yes, it is. I currently have my special het pied, het monsoon breeding a pied female because I love special pieds. So the special gene is underrated. I do have another clutch of eggs which is incubating at the moment, which has come from an Enchi special to an Enchi because I want to see and produce some super Enchi specials. Because if the Enchi special I have looks as good as that, then the super Enchi version should look absolutely awesome. So yeah, so everyone's showing love for the Hurricane with the Wookiee gene. Yeah, the Wookiee gene, absolutely awesome. I saw some Wookiee clowns again when I was over in Tinley last year. Going to be some good things coming from that. Uh, not, I don't think there's many people here in the UK who've got the Wookiee gene, but definitely something to look out for. Uh, so, oh, Kevin's bragging. I've got a Hurricane Enchi Spectre. Yeah, we know, mate, and it's breeding. Yeah, we know. So, what else have we got? Uh, Plans to go for a super Enchi super special ever. So, do I plan to go for a super Enchi super special? Possibly. The super special is a very nice snake. It's like a peach color. And the one thing I love about special, if you put it to a Mojave, obviously you're going to get crystals. Crystals, again, the crystal complex slash combo, you don't see much done with that either. So it'd be interesting to see some special, super specials and some crystal combos being done in the future because they're not completely a white snake. You know, you got color, you got pattern you can play with, stick some orange dream in there. So yeah, definitely got something there. Definitely get, again, more ways to go with, more places to play with, loads of, and again, just simple genes, simple combos that there's a lot of people who are new to the hobby who can create some beautiful looking animals. um, definitely definitely worth looking into. So SPR pythons, Martin Ender is doing some crystal combos. Yep, absolutely awesome, can't wait to see them. Crystal leopard, yep. Blue roll reptiles, crystal leopard, that, yeah, definitely. There's just, you haven't got to go to the extreme of adding 5 or 6 genes to a snake. You can actually go and make some beautiful looking animals without going that crazy. You can, simple, trying to make a super version of something and then add in another ingredient. Someone else may not have ever done it. Who knows? But it's definitely like, don't don't look too far. Don't make it harder for yourself than what it actually needs to be. Keep it simple. Try and work in some simple genes and make some awesome looking combos, and you'll be pleasantly surprised what you will hatch out if you try and do something simple. uh, a simple a special to a blackhead. Yeah, that, again, the blackhead's a weird gene. It's the only gene that I believe that I've seen that can actually wipe out a spider pattern. Um, Absolutely crazy. And the spider is so dominant, and the blackhead comes along and just wipes it out and just puts the blackhead pattern basically on top, but with spider eyes. That's nuts. Absolutely nuts. So the blackhead does do some weird and wonderful things. I do have blackhead stuff. I'm I don't think I'm breeding him this season. I think I've given the season off. He may be a backup male, but I love my blackhead male. Absolutely awesome. Again, blackhead hypos look awesome. I'd love to see the soup. Well, I'd love to hatch, not see. I have seen. I'd love to hatch a super blackhead hypo. They look amazing. But yeah, very simple. Absolutely awesome. What else we got? Ref King, love the spider. Yep, massive Spider fan, absolutely awesome. Again, going back into it all, defects on certain morphs, on mutations. We can stand here all day and say, should we breed them? Shouldn't we breed them? We've just got to be what's the word? Selective in what we do and responsible with what we do. I certainly, for as much as I love the spider, I will not breed a spider with issues. In matter of fact, I won't breed any morph that has issues or produces issues. I had a cinnamon girl. I've probably told you this story loads of times, guys. I had a cinnamon girl from way back in the day. She kept giving me parthenogenesis clutches, which basically means, for those who don't know, reproducing itself without a male going to her. So she was laying eggs that were just crazy deformed animals. I did try breeding her to see if she would kick out of it. Didn't work. So in the end, I just stopped working with her and just sold her as a pet. The guy never bred her, just sat there she was a beautiful animal. She just kept giving me loads of issues. I had another cinnamon female from a different line, which was absolutely perfect. And in fact, I've still got her. I think I've put her up on Morph Market. Um, but she has produced some amazing animals. But the one thing I won't do is, if I know an animal is going to give me issues or go on to give me issues, I will not breed from them, regardless on how much I like them, regardless on how much they're worth. It's not about the money. It's about being a responsible breeder. So, with that being said, a couple of people have asked me. I am posting some adult females and males on Morph Market. I've put a few up there now. Um, what I'm doing, I'm not cutting my collection down or getting rid of any. I'm literally, I've got females to take their place. So what I'm doing, I'm just swapping them over and making these females available once they've laid and they're back on food. They will be available, guys. If you are interested, just watch my Morph Market, and you can get yourself some awesome foundation females, which have paved the way for everything that I'll produce moving forward. So I'll give that a quick plug. So what else have we got? We got Joel. Joel's in the house, State 48 Exotics. Great to see you, Joel. Uh, Super blackhead yellow belly. Well, yellow belly's in everything with you, Kev. So let's have a look. Gav, when would you? So hang on. So DK Roll Pythons has asked Kevin, Gav, when would the fun of the hobby stop for you? Um, I think if I made it a full time job, I had an opportunity, which you probably were, to turn the balls to you into a full time breeding facility. Um, but it's not that's not that's not what I want. For me, it's a hobby first. Um, and I think if I made it a business, I think it would be down. I think if I made it a business, it would take that fun factor away. You know, sometimes I have to go into work and I have to try and not think about genetics or combos and all that sort of stuff. And it's good to have that break and come away from it, because it could be too much. Um, so I don't think it'll ever stop the fun factor, because of it's going to be a hobby for me. For the longest time. So for me, yeah, I just think the fun factor is always going to stay there. So yeah, what else have we got? Loads of people joining, loads of questions. Okay, State 48 Exotic. Adam, do you think this guy would come on Reptiles Unplugged? Well, if I got an invitation, I presume you're talking about myself. Then, oh yeah. Rachel's talked about she's doing hypo this year. Hypo, love hypo. What are you going? Lewis, love the channel. Thank you, young man or young lady. Uh, let's have a look. full-time gig. Yeah. Um, Sorry, I'm just laughing at the conversation between Adam and Joel. Um, yeah, that's great. Can't stop thinking about genetics ever. So Apex Exotics, I can't stop thinking about genetics ever, even at work. Yet, listen, I don't think you're the only person out there who thinks like that, mate. Trust me, it's crazy. So, it's a good question, Joel. You think we will ever overproduce animals? No, I don't think we will. I think there's too much to do, and if you think of the odds and how many eggs or how many females, I mean, Joel, you've hatched some awesome stuff, and you don't mass produce at all, and you've hit some beautiful combos. So I don't think that we'll ever overproduce. I think there's more and more people coming to the community and more people joining the community. Um, so I think, me personally, I feel we won't overproduce, mate. Definitely. This season, are you so Mutant Morse? Are you producing any pastel spot nose head clones this season? And are you still trying to hit the Batman as well? Yes. All being well, we should have the female in question. I repeated the pairing from last year, which was a pastel spot nose head clown female bred to a leopard clown male. Um, produ- I'm doing the same pairing again this year, and the ultrasound is really sort of uh, basically one more lock is where we're at. She's off food. She's about 25 millimeters, 25 to 30. I think around about 30, they start to glow, which is the glow before they go. So 30 to 35 mil. And she's well on her way there. So it's looking good, mate. It's looking good. So fingers crossed for the Batman. So let's see. Okay. Ross, good evening. So we got Dawn. Hello from Colorado. Uh, loads. So Kingpin, hi Gavin. Glad finally caught one live. Yep. Thanks for joining. Again, guys, if you hit that notification bell, it should notify you when I go live. I always like to do a bit off the cuff when I just want to probably not rant, but discuss something. Maybe I've seen something through the week or two, or give you guys some updates where it's a lot easier to do a live than it is to really record a video and post a video. Like I said, for those who have missed the beginning of the live stream, uh, the next 3 weeks, the videos from myself may be a bit low. And the reason for that is because I'm moving house. I've currently got the keys. So at the moment, I've got two properties where I'm sort of spending that time transitioning from one to the other, which is good because I've got animals. Obviously, I don't want to, the animals are important for me, sort of that transition, making it as stressless as possible or stress free as possible. So the videos may be a bit low on the ground in the next 3 weeks, guys. I do apologize, but bear with me. There will be some awesome content coming soon. Trust me. Okay. So, speckled from hoarding them. Yeah, Kevin's hoarding his speckled. Right. Any more questions, guys, before I wrap it up? Because we're at 44 minutes. I don't want to keep everyone too long. Um, So, Gavin, when you are out and about, do you see words that remind you of morphs like fire, chocolate, vanilla? Yes, all the time. And I tell you what's when you know it's bad is when you walk into a shop and you look at a tub or you look at an item that they have for sale and you think, I can use that for my snakes, or I could use that for my snake room, or I can use that. And, you're constantly thinking about your snakes or, the the breeding or whatever. When you walk into a shop, not so much seeing words, that also does remind me of snakes. But also, I'm constantly looking and I'm thinking, yeah, I could use this for snakes, or I could use this for in the snake room or in the HQ. So that's another one. That's when I think you've got it bad. By the way, cheers. So let's have a look. Smash that like button, guys. Yes. Some reason I always get accused of when I talk about smashing that like button, I sound a bit like Brian Barczyk. I don't know how. I don't know why. He's definitely got more hair than me. Right. Let's. Uh, any questions? Let's sleep genes, Gav. Apex exhaustion. What do you think is the most overlooked gene that is important for combos? Sleeper genes, Gav. What do you think are the most overlooked genes that is important for combos? Um, Virtually all of them. And the reason why I say that is because you can take a pastel, and a lot of people will overlook a pastel. But as me and Adam have just pointed out, when you put pastel into puzzle or desert ghost, it's the way forward. I've currently produced some pastel ultramals, and they look crazy. So there's a lot of genes out there that do get overlooked, and there's a lot of genes which are equally as important, like the spot nose. The spot nose has been around for a long time, but without the spot nose, you can't make the Batman. So there's a lot of genes, yellow belly stuff. Yellow belly. I mean, I'm not a massive super stripe fan. However, when I saw the Enchi super stripe, it just blew my mind. Straight away, I started thinking about making some Orange Dream Enchi super stripes, or um, just some nuts regarding the super stripe complex. Then it sort of made me look at things. And obviously, Spectre is another underrated gene. Can make some beautiful combinations, but you have got to. What I will say is you've got to use the right ingredients to make the right combos. So there's certain things that complement certain combos. So there's a lot of sleeper genes out there that are seriously underrated, but you've just got to show them and put them in the right combo for people to understand that they are equally as important. Like the red stripe. The red stripe was such an underrated gene until Justin produced some uh, Pompeii magma projects and Pompeii's. That then everyone went crazy for the red stripe. So um, never underestimate a sleeper gene or an old gene, just use it in the right way, make some awesome combos. I'll guarantee you'll be pleasantly surprised, trust me. So, anything else? Yeah, okay. Something interesting that you would like to see in Ultramal. So, Bernardo, Bernardo has asked something interesting that you would like to see with Ultramal. I've currently got locked as we speak a ivory cypress or a cypress ivory locked to a ultramal female. I got the cypress ivory from Aussie, and I'm not sure if there's something else in him because uh, he just that looks like there could be something else. So I'm purposely breeding him to her to produce some. Obviously, everything will be yellow belly. We'll have cypress yellow bellies in there, and then if there is anything else in there, it will also show itself. But they will all be 100% het for ultramel, which the cypress ultramel. I don't think I've seen one, and especially haven't seen the yellow belly cypress ultramels. So again, something simple, making those hets for future projects. So yeah, Cyprus and Ultramar, I'd love to see together. So I'm fingers crossed we get some heads this year. So hold them back, grow them up, put them together. Right, let's see what else we got going on. So, yep. Thanks, Joel. Take care. Have a good evening. Joel's out of here. I'm going to get out of here as well. Um, in regard to mites, do you try and treat the room as well as the animal and its habitat? I've heard it can get themselves everywhere. So I did a couple of videos on mites. So I can tell you mites, if you have got a small collection like 8 snakes to 20 snakes, it's worth treating the whole collection. If you've got a bigger collection, let's say, for example, your snake's got mites, you haven't caught it in time. If you've got 8 to 20 snakes, it's not that bad to treat. It's not the end of the world. Everyone has probably had mites at some point, and for those breeders who haven't had mites, have either haven't got enough snakes, or they haven't had enough snakes, or they haven't been in the hobby long enough, because there are snakes out there with mites, and it's not the end of the world. And I'm not knocking anyone, but it is factual. It's not the end of the world. Um, if you've got the smaller collection, then it's easier to treat and deal with. If you've got a larger number, like 200 plus, then it's an absolute nightmare, and they will spread through the collection like a wildfire. Then you'll be treating all 200 plus snakes for mites. Um, so I'm I used to have a rule that I never let anyone into the HQ. If people wanted videos or pictures of snakes, I would send it them, not a problem. But I didn't want people coming into the HQ, and just in case they brought mites, not necessarily from their collection, but if they've been to a reptile shop before they've come to the HQ, and then they go in the reptile shop, the reptile shop's got mites. Mites can travel, they don't jump. They're an arachnid. Anyway, I diverse. So they can travel on your clothing. So if you imagine someone coming into your collection, picking up a snake, that might transfers, and then we've got a whole heap of issues. However, I used to be very much don't let no one in, but now I'm a little bit more. What's the word? I don't just let anyone in. Whereas before I would let no one into the collection. Now I will let my friends come round, and we'll handle snakes, this, that, and the other. So be very careful contaminating your own collection with going to the shop and this, that, and the other. But definitely, it's not the end of the world if your snakes have mites. Just got to treat them. Simple. Okay. Don't buy any more in. Don't, if you've got it in quarantine, fantastic. Keep it in quarantine. But I'm talking about if it's a bit too late and it's already in your collection. If you've got a small number of animals, then it's easy to treat. It's not the end of the world. But if you haven't saw the mite video, get over there and see the mite video. Go back to one of my old videos, because there's two methods. One's an invasive and one's a non-invasive. Just depends on what you want to do. So go back and check that out. Right, guys. You guys seems like you're having a ball. So thanks for the advice. The pestilential loves her food now, and he's amazing, and put some nice size on them. No worries. Glad I can help. Right. I'm going to leave you guys to it. I want to thank you all for jumping in on board again for the live streams. We seem to have, every time I do a live stream, more and more people are getting involved. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Love the banter. I keep seeing you guys just rip shreds off each other in a positive way. So yeah, absolutely awesome. For now, I'm going to go. I need some beauty sleep. I've got work in the morning, all sorts. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I love and respect you all. Thanks again for all your support. I really do appreciate it. And again, if you guys aren't already following me on Instagram, get over and follow me on Instagram. I do try and post on a regular basis. But yeah, Luke Mills is just checking in. Luke, unfortunately, mate, I'm going now, dude. We're off. But yeah, take care, everyone. Thanks for joining in, and I'll see you guys in the next one.